What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy, crazy crypto market. And listen, we've had another nice little pump. The surge this evening and through into the morning hours was really, really good. However, the American market is on the clock now, so expect to see some downward momentum. The reason for downward momentum is not just because the American investor is a paper-handed jeet. There's also there's also this little thing of jump crypto trading. You guys know I'm one of the few people that are talking about jump crypto every day. And guess what they did? They're selling off a gigantic amount of Ethereum again, dunking on the price. So the market has been soaring for the last couple of hours until the US market got on the clock. And then all of a sudden, there's a massive sell off on Ethereum all the way down to 2,400. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not still getting ready for another big move. It doesn't mean that the US market will not pump it, but we're at that spot right now in that little phase where it's going to be interesting to see how this recovery looks. Also, US spot Bitcoin ETF had a bunch of outflows, but the Ethereum ETF had enormous inflow. So I think that we're looking at we're looking at a possible move towards that upside. I don't think that this the euphoria portion, the golden bull, that's the question of the day. Are we entering the golden bull run? Was what we just got the final shakeout? We're going to tackle all of that and more. Some of this may come off as a little bit weird, by the way. Let me just say this before we get started, because yesterday, you know what? We're going to talk about it after the jump because it pisses me off that I had to go through this. So let's talk about it, but not until you hear Bleeps 182.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin cause I see the light. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Please, I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Please, I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I built a crypto channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these motherfuckers and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Please, I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Please, I'll break your crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because my memberships are missing you.
All right, guys, let's get into it. If you have a crypto that you want to check out, go ahead and put it in the charts. I don't know how the acoustics or anything are sounding right now. So here's what happened. If you guys remember, about a year ago, I bought a $4,000 laptop. That $4,000 laptop was an Asus ROG Strix. It was the 18. It had the 13th generation Intel Core, 64 gigs of RAM, the RTX 4080 video card, and everything, all the bells and whistles, all the good stuff that you want to see, right? So, and then what happened yesterday, or well, I think the day before yesterday, actually, there's a Windows upgrade. And during the Windows upgrade, I get this message on a restart that says Smart has detected that your hard drive is failing. I have a hard drive that's a year old. Now, I have a backup hard drive. I have two 2 terabyte hard drives on this laptop. And one of them is like 5 years old. And I'm like, well, maybe it's that one. No, it's the brand new one. It's the one, well, not brand new, but within a year. So like I'm furious. And I'm like, you know what? This thing is under warranty. Maybe I'll just take this piece of shit back and do something with it, right? Well, so then I try to take it. I go to look at the warranty. Warranty expired. I bought it 1 year ago today, by the way, just so you guys know. 1 year ago today is when I bought this laptop. The warranty expired on August 5th. I don't know why it expired several days earlier, and then I don't know why I got the warning the day after it expired. That is some shady stuff, though. So, and this is Asus ROG Strix, by the way. So, or Asus. I don't know. I'm not Korean. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be saying, but that was absolutely annoying as shit. So wild, just absolutely wild. So let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about this. Are we in the golden bull? This is the question. This is the one that we have to answer. And to figure out whether or not we're in the golden bull, I mean, I guess, the only thing we can do is just kind of, check the charts, look at what's happening and see how it's panning out. And when you look at it right now, you've seen this dramatic dump, right? Taking us down to 1806 all the way down here. I don't think we actually hit that. 2071. There we go. 2071, not that long ago. And Ethereum down over 1% on the day. Now, in the meantime, Solana mooning up 5% on the day. Inflows, what's going on right here, right? There's a lot of weird questions that are happening around Ethereum right now. And it's just weird. It's just weird. And Bitcoin up 1.5% on the day, continuing its pump. Ethereum, on the other hand, starting to feel the pressure. And there was a short entry over here a while back saying that it was, like it was going to dump. We were going to have this moment, right? Well, here we are. This recovery doesn't look nearly as nice as all of the other recoveries that we're seeing in this market. When you just kind of skip around, you see here that some kind of problem is happening. However, does that really affect what about the golden bull portion? Because that's still the question. Well, so here's where we're going to find out whether or not the golden bull is going to kick off. And that's going to be testing the all-time high for Bitcoin. The all-time high for Bitcoin, 73,757. In this next few days, what we got this dump all the way down here. And let's be very specific about it. You can see right here where we had that little crossover on the daily. And this is, I think, the 100 MA that we're looking at right there. But we had this down here. We created this channel. We're bouncing back off of that channel. And it looks like the next step right here is going to be at 68 or 69,000. Now, I've got it over here. That's probably, it's a little more, a little less aggressive than what I think the price is actually going to do. I think we're about to, come into this range around 68, 68.5. Now the question is, can we break out here, get to the top of this range one more time, back test that 68 one more time, and then break out? If we break out into the 76, 77 range, that's the golden bull right there. It's very, very simple, actually. It's just a matter of are investors going to allow it to happen? And in the event that happens, and we'll look at liquidity, the liquidation chart, not liquidity, but the liquidation chart in just a little while. Again, when we started this conversation, we were up almost $30 billion on the day from a high of $50 billion. And now we're down to 14. USA. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable how this thing is. US investors are just the worst. Just the worst. Anyway, so let's get into a little bit more about this. So what we need to see is we need to see Bitcoin break out above 70,000 and sustain itself above 70,000, even pushing up above the new all-time high of 73,757. If we can see that happen, then that will be the signifier that the next big move is here. And yes, Jay, that is an AI generator. In fact, I have an AI. I generated the same song 3 times. I have right now. I have a Bleaves 182. Then I have a country music version of it, and then I have a death metal version of it. And I'm waiting. I haven't shown the death metal version yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Speaking of it's coming. Jump trading, the real POSs. Oh, by the way, before we move on, let's go back here and let's say one more thing. The Bitcoin hash rate, which gauges computational power, miner capitulation is nearly over. With hash rate nearing all-time high, U.S. mining costs are around 43K per Bitcoin. So hash rate likely stable unless the price dips below this. So this is this is an indication that we are still in the good portion of a market. Significant Bitcoin inflows in custody wallets are another argument to be bullish, indicating strong accumulation by large-scale investors, often referred to as whales. Significant Bitcoin inflows into custody wallets, permanent holder addresses increased by 404,000 Bitcoin, including 40,000 Bitcoin in US spot ETFs over the last 30 days. New whales are now accumulating. Also, the current subdued participation of retail investors is similar to a pattern observed in mid-2020, right before the absolute explosive move. Retail investors are most absent mid-2020. Yeah, they have hip hop. They have you can do whatever you want. I mean, really, it's Suno.ai. So I mean, you really can kind of create whatever it is. I mean, you have to write your own lyrics, create your own, and follow their song structure. This was not the song that I originally had written. I had to edit it because it wasn't catching up to a lot of it. And then because what it does is it uses it uses what you have to do is you have to do perfect pop song structure. So you have to have your first verse, then you have to have your bridge, then you have to have your chorus, then you have to have your second verse, then you have to have a bridge, then you have to have a chorus, and then it will catch it. Without like the bridge, then the songs sound a little bit wonky and weird. So yeah, you gotta make it a perfect pop song, if you will, in order for it to catch on. It's not incredibly creative yet. It's early AI. So, also, moving on here though, old whales are still hodling, and long-term holders transferred their Bitcoin holdings to newer investors between March and June. Currently, there's no significant selling pressure from veterans. So that means that the older people are holding. Now, what is there to be bearish about? Well, number one, outside factors, the crypto broad market risks. And then you have you do have a few flags that are indicating a bear face, but that's the portion of this market that we were expecting, which was the shakeout. That's what we were looking for, because you had to have that final shakeout before the breakout, right? And I think I have. I might have I do have a chart that's been going around. You know what? Let's just go use Jakey Jake's, because I think Jake actually had a pretty good one, that he was showing people just recently. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, God damn it. He posts a lot. More than me. Like, more than me. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God, Jake, get your shit together, man. Stop posting. Don't ever post again. I'm just kidding. Anyway, he said that we're in the bull phase. He was like, you are here or something like that. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, Jake posts a lot. So basically, what you're looking for is we're looking for there is the bull part, the bull phase, the bear phase, the accumulation, and the distribution. There is a chart that was indicating such, and Jake actually put "you are here" because there were a lot of people who were putting in that. Oh, it looks just like you're at the top of the market over here. Because I mean, if you take any kind of chart and you just kind of stretch it out for a little while, then it will look like this to you. But here's what Jake posted right here. This is the accumulation, trend emergence, then the shakeout, then the momentum build, and then the first sentiment of extreme. This is the one that we were just through. Then we had our shakeout from that. And by the way, it doesn't take very much to go look at Bitcoin and see, like, what the market is playing out exactly the way we're saying here. So remove that right there, and then get an idea. Whoops, get an idea of what this looks like. You can see here, this right here, all of this is the accumulation phase. So there's the accumulation phase, and then that's where you got trend emergence, right? This is the accumulation, trend emergence, then you have that, then you have the big phase, right? Then you have this momentum building, and then the first sentiment extreme. What happened in the first sentiment extreme? All-time high. What happens after that? You have a dump down here. This is your bear trap. What are we in right now? We're in the bear trap. What do we have? We had this nice big move, and now we're having this capitulation down here, but we've got strong sentiment because the market is also still kind of pushing with the new ETFs. So, we're getting new investors that we wouldn't normally have seen starting to step in. And when you get that, then that does kind of change. That does kind of change a little bit about the way this market reacts or looks. So it's not coming down as quickly in this image here as just a straight line down. It's just kind of curving its way down and going through a channel, and then boom, you have renewed optimism. That's where you break the all-time high, which is what I told you guys just now, and that's when you start to see the big portion. Right now you got the FOMO, and that's when you capture everybody on the way up, and then that's when the bear market starts, when you get that blow off top. Now that blow off top is a long way off. We're not close to a blow off top yet. We still need to see at least, I said 90K by the end of the year, but this could be a $250,000 Bitcoin by the time this is all said and done. Right now, we're in the bear trap. So now the question is, can we get all of those investors ready for, and by the way, this is what it would look like long term. Here's a 6-month chart of the available liquidity in the market right now. And when you look at it, then you see, and I hope you see, the money, everything is all up here at the new all-time high. This is where we're going because that's where the money is. That's the way that it works. So you're about to see just an incredible run. We got Saitama in here. MSI is here as always. Big 30K buyback this Saturday on the chart for more tier 1 exchanges. Just receive a Bing X listing. Monkey Shit Inu bullish. Not only, by the way, as Saitama has said, not only did Monkey Shit Inu do a $30,000 buyback on Saturday, they also did a buyback on Monday because another exchange came up after this fact. I don't know if I'm stepping out of line. I don't know if this is something maybe people don't know, but there's another exchange coming very, very shortly, and you guys are going to love this one. So, this is a continuation. Pablo is giving you a fantastic opportunity. And by the way, it's on as much. Look, there's only so much dip that MSI really goes through at this point right now, because it's still kind of in that phase. So there is a distinct possibility that we're about to experience another big run to this and the high. You kind of look at this, it's really been pretty perfect so far about where we go. Now, if you're looking, by the way, for an opportunity for entry, then you had this kind of right here. This is your top from that previous run. After the top from the previous run, you had a bounce down here. We had a black swan event. This is where we had the real dippy dip. And now you've had this big move, and now you've had the disbelief kind of secondary dump off of whatever news, and now you got something else coming, which I think pushes it up to dropping a 0 over the next couple of days. That's what I really would look for to happen on MSI, and I really think it's an easy 2x at this point for the next, just in a couple of days. I'm not even talking about a longer period of time. I'm talking about the next couple of days. And also, it should be noted that the market cap is about 15 million. So I have a feeling that the next big move, or the next big leg up, if you will, for Monkey Shit Inu is going to be 50 million. So 50 million becomes a goal, and then 100 million if it maintains that bullish momentum. So you could be looking at an easy 3 to 7x from here right now, and again, not very far away. Like and by the way, 100 million market cap is nothing. We're not recreating the wheel here. This is just a simple move here that's going to look like a really big one coming up. So if you haven't checked out MSI, you should certainly check out MSI and do it before time runs out. Thank you for the $5 bomb, Crypto Midwest. Anyway, back to it here. So the golden bull, there's a few different factors, one way or another, that are saying that this is going to happen. And by the way, we got more MSI stuff coming in just a moment because we're going to be talking about that as well. However, I did want to say, goddamn Jump Crypto. It's Jump Crypto. Jump Crypto is screwing you again. Jump Crypto just sold 30 million more Ethereum. I keep telling you guys, Jump Crypto is doing it over and over again. Now they're called Jump Trading for this purpose, but it is the crypto wing of Jump Trading that's doing it right now. They are selling off 11,500 Ethereum, which is causing the price to get a lot of pressure. So, the question at that point is, well, why is it doing that? Well, not even them. China has also moved $2 billion of Ethereum seized in Ponzi schemes, and Bitcoin and XRP might be the ones that are coming up next. So, guys, it should be noted here that Ethereum is experiencing some tremendous out of nowhere sort of sell pressure happening. Not only is that sell pressure happening from almost out of nowhere and being specific to this, which I'm going to show you on the chart in just a second, but and by the way, when this is done, if this in fact is a thing and this dump is done, then you're going to see a tremendous, in my opinion, rally on Ethereum up to, I don't know if it goes to an all-time high. I don't think we see just like a straight up, but I could see a big time rally in the neighborhood of 3,000 coming to Ethereum very rapidly, which, by the way, if you are not paying attention, you've been sleeping under a rock. If Ethereum were to just rip right now and go to 3,000, that would be a huge gain. And guess what happens to MSI? MSI goes to the moon along with it because it's got positive momentum and it's got an Ethereum pairing. And when the Ethereum pairing, when Ethereum rips, everything that's paired with it rips as well. So you could see some significant buy opportunity. You could see a lot of people moving into Ethereum very quickly here, very soon. And then also everything that's paired with it, like MSI, is going to just absolutely explode and rip as well. So just be watching for something to happen very, very big on Ethereum. And by the way, if you haven't already, you might want to get layered into monkey shit. That's funny when you say it that way. But you might want to get into MSI pretty quickly for that move. Is that a guarantee of a move? It's no guarantees. There are absolutely no guarantees that anything incredibly positive is going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to tell you what you should or should not get into. Just letting you know that I do think, and I'm in it. So I think that there is an opportunity here for just a massive sort of explosion. So thank you guys so much for the support. We got Jeff in the house as well, coming in with the MSI Army. And MSI Army, look how strong MSI Army is coming in. By the way, when you're looking for a community, if you're in a meme coin, community is what it's all about, right? Well, here's the community coming in and bombing this place. So this is what you're looking for from a project. And you know what that means? 100 million market cap. And by the way, I do want to tell you guys, I think this is my opinion, and you can take it for what you will. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to deny that I was ever wrong and still say I'm always right. And then when you come into the chat and say, you were not always right, bro, then I'm going to be like, yeah, I am. You know what I mean? So I'm going to annoy you like crazy with it. But here's what I think is going to happen. You guys remember Volt? Volt's still out here. Still, by the way, I still love Volt as a project. I'm not. This is not to dump on Volt. This is to say that I think that MSI is looking to beat Volt. I think that that's in the back of some investors' minds. I think that's in the process here because I think Pablo wants to prove something here. So here's what I think is going to happen next. I think that Pablo is going to throw some considerable muscle into getting listings and continuing bullish momentum on MSI up to, I think it was about 250 million market cap, which is where Volt ended up as its max. I'm not sure what the exact number is because it varies by chain and stuff like that. But I think it's about 250 million market cap, 240 million, somewhere in that neighborhood, over 200 million. So I tell you what, here's what I think. I think MSI I think he is laser focused right now on doing that with MSI. And then if something like that were to happen to get started, then you might even see, again, you might see that Pepe sort of thing. You might see that sort of special sort. Everybody kind of picks it up and like, you know what, we're going to have fun with this. So you might end up seeing like VC companies stepping in, buying up some supply and stuff like that. You might be watching one of those early, again, Pepe type moves. And I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just saying that I think 250 million would be the target here, because that was and is a target for all meme coins at one point. So if that were to happen, that's about what 16, 17x left on this. You know what I mean? Just to get there, which would be a significant and gigantic sort of move. So just be paying attention and watching for what happens on MSI going forward. Also, Donald Trump Jr. promises a huge crypto announcement. Now, is it Donald Trump Jr.? I don't think so. But in a post on Twitter, Donald Trump Jr. has promised a huge crypto announcement. Indeed, he assured that the incoming news is set to shake up the crypto world. Moreover, he proclaimed that decentralized finance is the future. Now, not only that, but you started to see a pump on MAGA as well. And Trump USDT just came out, I think, on MEXC, I want to say, something like that. So there's still, it looks like there's still some political pairings out here. Since Trump announced his bid for re-election, cryptocurrency has become a focus of the campaign. He revealed a plan to ensure Bitcoin is a strategic reserve asset embraced by the U.S. government. Now it appears a massive announcement is in the works. We don't know what the announcement is. I'm sure they'll release something very, very soon. But if one of the candidates for president is super bullish on cryptocurrency, then I would think that you really want to be part of it. Now, here's the other part, and I can't stress this enough. This could be a big nothing burger, not because not because of who's doing it, but to remember here, just to go back a step here, is saying that DeFi, that they're bullish on DeFi and stuff like that, which means that it probably has to do with Ethereum and not Bitcoin, most likely. However, when he says we're about to shake up the crypto world with something huge, I think what they mean is, again, this may not be the big pump that they think it is, but it might be that what they're talking about is the I think it was the round 4 of the Trump ETF collection. I think that might be it, and that doesn't do much for crypto. That just does something for them, and for maybe NFTs in general. So I'm not saying that it is, but also Eric Trump rolled his face across a keyboard, where he said, "I have truly fallen in love with crypto DeFi. To stay tuned for a big announcement." I don't think that this is going to be anything special. I don't see anything super special about it. There's nothing that's going to just like right now create like a monumental move. So we'll see what happens. But if this is the announcement for the NFTs, you should buy some NFTs because they continue to increase in value, especially because of what's going on right now in these markets. And that is that, Trump does move the needle. Now, if you look at, because I've said this before, if you look at the market since Trump got on stage, it's been down, right? Like it's no secret that it's been like way down, but that's because we live in a buy the rumor, sell the news sort of phase in the market. This is when he went on stage, and this is what happened for the days and days and days after that, all the way down here. Trump going on stage at Bitcoin Nashville could have been the catalyst to kick the shakeout, that final shakeout before that big breakout. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way we might be looking at this. He may have created the perfect storm where we get that next big move. I don't know for sure, but if you're looking for it, then I would look, bet on Trump. Remember, even if you don't like him, the guy's lucky, and sometimes just being lucky, that's enough. You know what I mean? And look, I know what the polls are saying right now. I know the polls are saying, I know the polls are saying that Kamala Harris is suddenly surging and stuff like that. Here's what I would say to that. Remember, never forget this. Not that the polls are wrong, but that this is a recent announcement. So this is a honeymoon phase. some of the people who are like, oh, Kamala, yeah, they're going to start to see policy. They're going to start to see stuff that they may not like. So, just because there's a little bit of a surge right now doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean that this election is a long election. We still have 90 days left before voting. So I'm pretty sure everything's going to be fine. It is weird that there's such a surge for her right now, and there's so much money going into her campaign. But again, I think that's concentrated. I don't think that's. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think Trump is still the winner here. But I do sit here kind of nervous every day that it's not going to happen. And by the way, I don't like him. I don't like him, but I am voting for him because I want crypto to be successful, and that to me is the most important thing. So let's move on though here. So the numbers, by the way, spot Bitcoin ETF had net outflows of 148 million, but ETF for Ethereum, guess what? Big inflow day, and this is what it looks like. So the flows on the Bitcoin ETF are sitting at a negative 148 million. You saw no flows into the positive and all outflows coming here on the market. Now remember, this is a negative 237 million, 168 million, 148 million. Looks like it might be coming back down. You got real hot one day. You had this little red day. Then you had a couple more you had a couple more trickles coming in. Now you've had this big, massive sort of outflow. But remember, these guys are reactive to these kind of situations, and they're coming in buying the dip. So I have a feeling that we're about to see another big round of inflow coming into the market. So I think we're going to see the Bitcoin ETF continue to kind of surge as we continue to take Bitcoin off of the broader market. And if that happens, which I do think it will, then that should mean that there's going to be a big pump incoming. And again, this is the type of catalyst area ranged to see that 70,000 surge, and then all the way up to 73, 74,000, and to start to see some real once the shorts start getting liquidated. Just so you guys understand, if you don't understand, when a short gets liquidated, that means they buy. Okay, so if you liquidate a short, that means they buy. So then you are sitting here, you're holding it, you're continuing to buy, and then their liquidation point is right here. So you buy all the way up, and then boom, they have to buy to settle their debt, which pumps the price even higher. So the more you have doing that, the more money you have absolutely flooding into the market at any given point. So as the macroeconomic factors play out worldwide, and the negative emotion comes out of it. The longer we get, by the way, from this wild potential world war, Iran, oh my God, I just said Iran like a monkey, Iran and Israel, as these things kind of play out, the longer it takes, the more people are gonna be like, maybe they're not gonna do anything, the more money gets coming and pouring into the market. So if we see them kind of back down a little bit, or if we see what we saw before, remember Iran announced that we're sending missiles, in a veiled sort of, we just want to retaliate because they know that they can't beat Israel. They know this. So if we see that, then, or if we see just one big salvo or something like that happen, and then it's over, then, perhaps we start to see a big, big move. So, but we'll see. My opinion. So anyway, if you haven't already, make sure that look. I think it's time to get Ethereum because we got positive inflows going in. Oh, and by the way, while I'm here, is what it looks like on the Ethereum chart. This is the USD inflow. Remember, the biggest day was 106 million, and that was the first day. And then it's been basically outflows until we had big outflow, big outflow, big outflow, less big outflow, inflow, less big outflow, inflow, less big outflow, inflow, inflow. We might be looking at a big time reversal on Ethereum playing out. We're not seeing it on the broader market or on the charts because we've still got China with $2 billion worth of Ethereum that they might be dumping on the market. We've got Jump Crypto Trading continuing to dump on the market. So there are some big wheels out here dumping at a low price, continuing to push the price action down, but it won't last. We're almost at that 3-week area since the launch. because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're in week 3. You're starting off week 3, 5 days trading. You're starting off the third week of trading with an inflow of 98 million. If this continues for any length of time and we start to see positive inflow like we're seeing right now, sort of continue for a few days, remember, Ethereum is very deflationary at this moment. Now, is it always? No, but it is right now because there's a lot of volume of trading. So, could we see a big time surge in Ethereum? Yes, because remember, the Bitcoin ETF, this is Bitcoin. This was January 10. What happened on January 10? Um, this was the launch of the ETF. What did we see? We saw an immediate dump. How long did that dump last? Well, we got back to our we got back to that previous top a month later. So if you look at that, that's 28, almost 30 days, right? So the question would be, did you catch the bottom? And that's where we're at right now. Did we catch this bottom? And did we see a little surge from Ethereum? And then are we going to see another big surge from Ethereum? And then a little plateau, and then boom, now we're going to start moving super hard. Well, if this thing plays out the same way that the previous one played out, let's, matter of fact, here's the cool part. You can actually do this. We can take a bar pattern. We can take from the top to the top, and then we're going to copy that and we're going to apply it to Ethereum chart over here. So if we do this, and by the way, I'm just spitballing here. This is not, we're not, I don't know this is exact, but this is the day right here. So this is what happened, right? We've had a dump a little bit more aggressive here, but as you can see here, and by the way, the charts are not the same, so the play out is not going to be the exact same. But if I were to, I guess, like kind of draw it out a little bit or something like that, but it would look something like that. Let's say right there. But that signifies that there is a big move coming, that we're just kind of at that spot right now where there's the bottom. So if we just say the bottom plateau is right there, just give me a moment. I'm gonna get this shit right. Okay, so so we got from the top over here to the bottom over here. If that plays out the way that it does, and it looks like it's playing out, right? So we got a pump back up, and now we're getting into this range right here. So we should see a significant surge to 2,700, kind of a range move into 26, and then boom, here we are at 4,000 before you know it. Like this is a couple of days, 4,000 Ethereum. And then from there, boom, another big move and another big move, just continuing on. If we get that same level of momentum, that's what we could see. And by the way, we're not going to see it today because this bitch ass market is down 14, now $15 billion because what is it? What is it you say when you're gay? USA. So anyway, just US market is selling off again. Paper-handed Jeets, you know what it is. I don't know what, Jesus Christ, I don't know why this shit's coming up. Anyway, this is, by the way, this is the market right now. This is the dump that we're on right here. The US market just absolutely bailing out because it's what the US market do. I don't know what to say about that. Daily, on this daily here, you can see, again, still positive day overall, just negative thus far. So we'll see how this continues to shake out over the next little while. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is Monkey Shit Inu. I hope MSI is still in the house because here is what's going on. There's a hype, a run, a giveaway for some special fun engagement. 3 random winners get $50 each. Winners will be selected in 72 hours. So first of all, if you are wanting to do it, follow MSI, type MSI shit on everything, and then tag 2 friends. So if you want to get in on this, then come in here, copy MSI shit on everything, and then tag 2 friends in it. You know what? God damn it. Let's do this. Let's do, you know what we're going to do? We're going to actually do this because we're already doing it, but I'm going to annoy some motherfuckers right now. How about that? Right there. And then, Pablo, I better not win. And then we're going to do Jake and, Rodney. How about that? We're going to remind them that MSI exists. I'm pretty sure Jake was supposed to do a video. I never saw a video, but I'm pretty sure Jake was supposed to do a video or something. Same thing for Rodney. I don't know if he did or didn't do a video. I think he did. I think he talks about it. But yeah, there we go. So, haha. Anyway, so if you are interested, you should certainly come check this out because that is a pretty big that is a pretty big opportunity. By the way, 12.3 thousand followers at this point. As far as holders go, when you look at MSI, over 2,000 holders. Remember, it was only 1.5K just like 2 days ago. So you're getting more and more holders coming into the market, stepping in here. Now we are having a dip again. Ethereum dipping a little bit more, but don't worry about it. You got you've got this new game, MSI game coming out. Look, it's just a game, just a little fun, something to do. Then the portal for the Elapal minis is almost ready, so you'll be able to buy MSI branded cold storage wallets, which would be pretty cool. Being X official is officially listed. So and after this happened, um, that's when they bought some more supply because that's because they're going to get another big listing. So there you have it. If you haven't already, you really should be a little bit bullish on MSI because I really think that it's I don't know what that means. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Saitama pump. So let's talk about Saita. Look, so here's what's going on. I get a real sense here. Saitama is about to have a nice big pump, and I can't tell you why, but I do think that it's about to have a nice big move. I don't know. I'm not an insider, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think that you're going to see a little bit of a move from Saitama coming up. When I say that, temper your expectations, bruh, because we just had this was actually just an hour ago. An hour ago, it was up to about 1.6 cents, and then it absolutely just dumped, right? And when you come back here to see what happened, I do think this is my opinion here, but if you look at it this way, I think that was probably a market maker dumping, and I think that this was a market maker as well. So I really think that maybe just the market maker was cleaning itself out because it had seen a big enough dump or a big enough pump here, so it cleaned out, and it's probably going to be set to start buying back in big time. It'll probably shuffle its money around, whatever the market makers do. But I think the market maker is the one that did that. And so that money's going to come back in. And when that comes back in, I think that you're going to start to see a pretty good pump off of it. So, you know what I mean? I think so. I think that, we're going to see another big move on Saitama. But as far as announcements and stuff go, there's really nothing going on. They haven't made the announcement of it. There is stuff going on, I should say. I'm not privy to it, so I don't know. So basically, at this point, it's just kind of, we're talking memes and stuff like that. That's basically it. So I do think it's still coming, but take a little while. As far as the DevvE ecosystem is concerned here, if you haven't, I would encourage you, go watch this video from Austin. It's on the official DevvE ecosystem channel. And he's talking about what is horizontal scaling in the DevvE ecosystem. A quick summary: horizontal scaling means that and what this means is because you are a POV blockchain instead of a POS or POW blockchain, it's proof of validator. So what you can do is validators are kind of like a node, and you spin up new nodes. So what you are allowed to do in this ecosystem is you can actually create a node as a business to create a validator, right? But then you could put like 3 or 4 nodes consecutively, one after the other. And the more nodes you spin up, the more transactions you're able to do. So you are absolutely able to scale this thing without building. All you have to do is just spin up a new node. And then the next thing you know, you're completing even more transactions that you were completing before. Also, don't forget that there is a $1 million taunt token giveaway. Get involved in that taunt at $1 million up for grabs. That's going to mean that this has got a huge market cap. Go to app.turnt.live. if you are interested, it's free money, guys. Like you're always talking about money. And look, if you don't want the money, that's fine. Go do this anyway, and then tip me whatever the money is that you get. That's fair, right? Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Anyway, check out DevvE because they are continuing to build in the background. They are waiting for that big moment, and then they are going to strike. And there's a lot of information out there. Everything is speculatory at this point, but I do want to say that I think that there's something really big that they've got going on. Just, I'll know when I know. As far as Luna Classic goes, look at this real quick. 12/1/20 is the Genuine Labs update, which is going to go through. It looks like also there is Fraud Verdict is requesting payment for work he did, which seems to be also approved. So, and I don't have any access to anything right now because my wallets and all that kind of shit. Like when I reinstalled, what I did is I had to go out yesterday and I had to buy a new SSD. So I got I want to say Western Digital SSD and replace the other one. And then of course I had put the recovery together. And then once I ran the recovery, here I am. So I'm not sure what I got here, what I don't have here. Still work in progress, if you will. So if you haven't already, certainly go look at Luna Classic. And look, Luna Classic, I think is primed for just a huge move. I really do think that Luna Classic is most likely getting ready for just something explosive. We're kind of in that range right now where the breakout is inevitable. By the way, this is not just Luna Classic. Everything is set for a breakout. So invest as you want. Now, let's talk about the broader markets here. This is brought to you, even though we're not doing it right now, by Trademaster. If you haven't, you can go look at the video that I did on Trademaster the other day. I did an interview with Rebel in Black. We talked about all of the stuff that was going on in there. Buybacks, by the way, are starting. It looks like we're down to 9 billion in outflows in the market. So it looks like people are scooping up this dip and starting to buy again. One of the questions that was asked right here, what do you see in the charts, please? Bitcoin back to 49 short term. Bitcoin would not go to 49 short term. I don't think it would go lower if it were, because it's, get rid of this little thing here. But it's this 40, it's in the range, right? There's this little area, but I think this area comes down if it gets retested. So the next step down is probably 44, which is what I got right here. So I thought that in this last one that we were going to continue down to 44 and then get a significant bounce from there. So the question would be, are we in a spot where that's going to happen? Well, Fear and Greed Index is back up to 43. So it looks like we've had the reversal. Remember, it was 17 yesterday. So it's all of a sudden with 100 billion in inflows in one day, or 120, but whatever it was yesterday, with that type of inflow, we had a nice spike, right? So now you're looking for another spike. Do we continue, or do we slowly continue moving its way up into the 70s? Now, what I think is in the long term, we might have one more fake out test. We may not be done with that downside. I can't say for sure. Again, the Fed's going to have to step in and turn on a money printer at some point. Today, we've got PPI month over month. That's a producer's performance index. So we'll know, what is it? What day is it? August 13th. So we got 6 days, and we'll see what happens with the PPI. And by the way, it looks like we're about to go positive again on the day. So looks like there's some aggressive buybacks after that last dump. I don't know what that means for the market. I don't know if that means that it's going to continue pumping. At this point, we're running into this resistance right here. If you just take this right here, here we are right here. So there is some, there is some resistance that we're going to run into. There'll be some chop here. If we break through, then 60,000 is going to be the next area, because that's a big range at 60,000. So I think we probably are going to pump to 60,000 at least at this point. And then for Ethereum, if that happens to 60,000, then Ethereum would likely come into the 3,000 range as well. Well, 2,800, around the 2,800 range as well. We'll see whether or not Ethereum is holding up. That's the question. But I do think that it will. I don't think that we're, I think this dip was the final shakeout. But again, I could be wrong. If you look at it from this context right here, what we've done is we hit this, when we had a breakout, we got it going on again. We're due for a breakout because we had this breakdown. We have a nice strong bounce here. So I think we're on our way towards some upside momentum. Again, macroeconomic factors in the world are what are going to predicate whether or not we have another big dump. And I don't think there's any kind of, how many final shakeouts are there? There's only one final shakeout, but we experience, okay, so when we experience the final shakeout, we don't see it that way. We just explain it that way over time. And the reason that we do that is because you live day to day, you take a deep breath, you know what I mean? Because what you had right here, and guys, I just want to stress, when we had this right here, I said, we're probably going to stay in this box, but is this the final shakeout before a breakout, right? Is that it? Nope. Was there more? Yes, there was right here. And what happened? We came back up here and we tested the top of this range. That means that we're in the shakeout. This is the shakeout, because what you're seeing is you're seeing lower highs being minted. We're not seeing anything breaking out above. You've got bears out here continuing to push the price down. And what you've got at this point is this right here. I mean, there's a reason this thing played perfectly, right? So does that mean that we're done? No, but we're in, I mean, the final shakeout is a leg of a crypto journey. So, if we just kind of zoom it out here, if I'm betting, then I would say that if we get a final shakeout, that final shakeout is 44,000 into this range down here. So that looks like October, like we could see a big move up here and maybe even an attempt at a breakout. And then we could see a back test right here at 44,000. That makes the most sense. I mean, if you look at it, that's the range that would create it. That's the symmetry of it. So you could see that play out over a while. Now, by the way, I'm looking at this in the long term. I have no idea whether that happens. It very well could be that we've already experienced it, and maybe our shakeout continues again, not going down any further than where it is right now, but we still get that, downward momentum, because as soon as buyers step in, sellers are also stepping in. Market makers right now have created a profitable range. And I mean, just consider this. If you're looking at, and we'll remove, if we remove this green right here for just a moment and say, look at this box. This box is where we've been trading for all this time. And again, we just came right back into that box immediately. We had a dump here of a day and immediately came back up into this box range. Well, we're going to test the top of the box range. However, we're not going to test the entire top. We're going to test the top range. And it's going to be this descending sort of line right here that's going to predicate that we're probably going to stop at around 68,000 on this next one. Now, if we get a momentum indicator in that area at the same time, that could push us back up to the top of the box, which is 73,000. Then we'll have a back test at the bottom of this back to 68,000, and then we'll have a breakout. Or it could still dump back down to 63, 64, all the way down to 44. So, but when you look at it, here's the thing. This is market manipulation. What you're seeing is the market's manipulating you to get you in and out to make money off of you. And if you need any proof of that, all you have to do is just kind of look at the spot Bitcoin ETF. Like, that tells you everything you need to know. We've accumulated so far 17.19 billion in Bitcoin in this context. They have taken 296,000 Bitcoin off of the market. Just like that. Just like that. They've taken 296,000 Bitcoin off of the market. Remember, there was only 1.4 million Bitcoin on exchanges when this started. There's about 1.2 million right now. So, and that's new sellers stepping in to sell on centralized exchanges and stuff like that. But the point remains that there is a lot of Bitcoin that's now off of the market that's in these ETFs, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get just a matter of time. So could we have a dip? Yeah, we can probably have a dip. Well, we're down $10 billion again on the day. This market is trying to shake people out. This is an attempt to shake out. and buyers are stepping in to try to keep this price going in a positive direction. So we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins. And we'll know, by the way, for this market in about 2 hours, because then it'll be noon my time. And that's usually when the market starts to settle for the day, if you will. And that's when we start to see a big time direction. So we could see it a little bit early. We could see it a little later. You never know because these things are evolving over time. But Ethereum down 3% on the day. Bitcoin up 0.2% on the day. Solana is now down to, it was up pretty big at 154. That's now down to up 2% on the day. Remember, still up on the day, still up on the day, with Ethereum being way down. So again, if you are nervous about your Ethereum, don't be. It will fix itself. But you know, China has moved 2 billion in Bitcoin in Ethereum around, and also Jump Crypto Trading just sold $30 million worth of Ethereum on the open market and dumped on you. So you know, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you get information. I hope if you find this information valuable and you earn off of it, share the video, hit the like button. That's all you got to do. That's what helps me out tremendously. And then if you would, leave a comment on the video after it's over. Anyway, time to pay the bills. Thank you so much. We're renewing with crypto.com or Cryptonomy.finance. We're renewing with them for the month. So time to pay the bills. Cryptonomy.finance is giving away $100,000 in Ethereum and $100,000 in Solana. Go to this X post and engage with it in order to get registered. You have to follow their Telegram, follow Cryptonomy on X, make a fixed staking deposit of at least 6 months. There's no amount given, but the winners could range from $100 to $10,000. So check it out today. Also, we now have a dark mode on Cryptonomy. So if you haven't, make sure you go check that out. Now, I told you guys before, I'm a big time fan of API 3. I think it's going to be one of the bangers. We're going to do this one for 6 months. And we're also going to make a deposit on Ondo. And again, we're going to do it for 6 months. That's a 32.46% yield. And now we're staked with more API, more Ondo. Guys, I can't stress enough, the market, get ready because there's something big getting ready to happen. Make